Good afternoon, Knights. Thanks for joining us. I'm Jackie Cardentey, and today is Wednesday, March 29th, 2023. Here's your nightly news update. Now from Nashville, new evidence from the Covenant School shooting shows where the weapons came from. The Nashville police chief says 28-year-old Audrey Hale legally purchased 7 guns from 5 different local stores. Law enforcement says that Hale was under doctor's care for emotional disorder. Avriana Patton, who knew the shooter from middle school, says the shooter messaged her that something bad was going to happen before the attack. Police believe that the attack was pre-planned, but there was no evidence of who was targeted. The city will be holding a vigil later tonight to honor the victims. Downtown Orlando is about to light up the night. Nightly news reporter Nicholson went to the city council to find out about the improvements coming to the city beautiful.
From bicycles and pedestrians to vehicles and sidewalks, streetlights covered them all. The City Council voted to approve over $400,000 on improved lighting in 3 of downtown's main streets, Magnolia, Rosaline, and Orange Avenue. David Barilla is the Assistant Director of the City of Orlando Downtown Development Board. He says these funds will impact the safety of pedestrians.
Just increasing the light in a place makes people feel more welcome, makes people feel more safe. So we do think that it's one piece of a very large puzzle as we ultimately look at enhancing safety downtown, but really just the experience people have downtown as a whole.
Visitors to downtown will be able to see 200 new LED lights replacing the dimmer bulbs in the area.
These measures would not only improve the lives of downtown residents, but also those UCF students that come here to the downtown campus. Some of them use scooters like this one, and hopefully this light will feel much less important as the streets will be much more illuminated.
Kylie Seaver is a UCF graduate student. Most of her classes are in the downtown campus. She says she notices some dark spots when walking back to her car.
I'm not in downtown as much, but on campus I don't feel too unsafe. You know, I'm usually walking with classmates and stuff, but definitely some dark spots I guess could use improvement.
In the downtown campus, we also spoke with UCF student Taylor Williams. She lives in Union West and takes the bus to commute everywhere. She says lighting improvements will help her to feel safer, but in her opinion, more things could be done.
Like in just general safety, I think like maybe more lighting at night, but also like resources. I think a lot of campuses, they have like on-call security and numbers that you can call. I know like there's police, but like sometimes, you know, a nice number, if they can pick you up, if you're feeling safe, to take you back to your place, that would be nice.
According to the City Council, these improvements will enhance safety in the downtown entertainment area. In Orlando, Nicole Osorio, UCF Knightly News.
The new lighting is expected to be installed before the summer ends, according to the City Council. On February 10th, Nightly News told you about a partnership between the theater program and the College of Nursing. Now, here's an update. The traveling theater program has finally begun performing in the local children's hospitals. They have visited numerous and will be making visits to Arnold Palmer this Thursday and Advent Health on Friday. The students have also done a taped performance to send to hospitals that they are not able to visit in person at this time. Ellie Cook, who plays 3 characters in the play, says seeing the children's reactions is just heartwarming.
I'm excited to get to see how this impacts the kids, because they'll get to expand their world past what they've been used to for such an extended period of time.
While visiting Numers, the students were also able to do some fun bedside activities with the kids. On Tuesday morning at the Student Union, UCF honored and celebrated 60 years of the historical Cuban child exodus Operation Peter Pan. Operation Peter Pan allowed more than 14,000 Cuban children to the U.S. by themselves. Funded by the Florida Humanities, this free 2-day event kicked off with live Cuban music, followed by 2 panel discussions with historians and survivors, and ended with a book sale. Students and guests had the opportunity to speak with 3 former Pedro Pan survivors. Barbara Palacios Wessels speaks on her experience through the Exodus.
Pedro Pan for 60 plus years. and it was quite an experience to having to go through something like that.
To learn more about the historic child exodus and keep in contact with some survivors, visit pedropan.org. Yesterday, UCF hosted its very first Women's Business Market Day in honor of Women's History Month.
Thank you.
Researchers have been tracking a massive seaweed blob, twice the size of the U.S., headed towards Florida beaches. UCF Nightly News reporter Avery Jones shares more.
A massive 5,000-mile wide blob of seaweed called sargassum is headed toward Florida beaches. The seaweed has already begun washing up on the shores of beaches in the Caribbean and the Florida Keys. Brian Barnes, a researcher at the University of South Florida, says the seaweed doesn't cause issues until it comes onshore.
If you think about the ocean, just the vastness of the ocean, and then you have a patch of structure there, anything, an island or an oasis or something where you have tons of things like sea turtles, like juvenile fishes and so forth that aggregate there. And that's actually, a natural habitat and beneficial when it's offshore.
Research shows that beaches such as the one behind me, located in Brevard County, could face record levels of sargassum within the next few months. This could potentially play a hand in how busy Florida's beaches are for the upcoming summer.
The Sargassum bloom is believed by researchers to be the largest recorded bloom in history. For many Floridians, like Madeline Hickox, a UCF student from South Florida, the seaweed has impacted her beach visits since she was a child.
I've actually seen the tractors early in the morning trying to push the seaweed out of the way, like before the sun rises, like whenever we would go early, and that was always really interesting, but it's just gross. And there's always like little crabs and jellyfish and all of that that's in it too.
According to FloridaHealth.gov, the tiny creatures living in the sargassum can cause skin rashes and blisters. In Orlando, Avery Jens, UCF Nightly News.
FloridaHealth.gov says during times where sargassum is present, avoid touching the sargassum and avoid the beach altogether if you have asthma or respiratory issues. Now let's take a look at today's weather forecast. Today's high is 79 degrees with mostly cloudy skies. Tonight the low is a chilly 65 degrees, so you may need a light jacket tonight. Tomorrow's high is 81 degrees with sunny skies. It's getting a little warmer than today. And that's all the time we have for now. Make sure to keep up with all that's happening throughout the week by following us on Instagram at UCF Nightly News. And check back here tomorrow for another Nightly News update. I'm Jackie Cardentey. Thanks for watching and have a great day.